The minute someone says, I'm not going to accept mediocrity, you are done. I'm not listening to another word you say.
But this is the conversation.
It's the mantra
that
of stupid people.
Arkansas fans, you're not stupid. Despite what the voice of the Razorbacks might say, and despite however they want to try to spin it to defend it, you're not wrong for wanting better. You know, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly, I saw this clip a couple weeks ago and it struck a nerve with me. I was shocked to see it, to say it's the mantra of stupid people to want better than mediocrity. And then they kind of come out and they kind of try to swing it and say, hey, look, we're basically saying Arkansas is mediocre. This is not like the olden days, the old Southwest Conference days where Arkansas dominated and we expected high results, right? Now fans should shift their minds and say, hey, this is a pretty mediocre program. So don't say we don't accept mediocrity and we shouldn't accept mediocrity, because the fact of the matter, that is the ceiling for the program. That's kind of what they were trying to say, but they said it in a very poor way. And maybe that is the facts. Maybe you do believe that, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't want better. Imagine your boss coming up to you and saying, hey, you're doing mediocre work. Do better. Find a way to get better. And you turn to your boss and go, you're stupid for asking me to do that. It's not how this should be. Arkansas, they're a proud program. They're a proud state. Sam Pittman certainly thinks so. This is a team in a state that really rallies behind the Razorbacks. They don't have any professional sports franchises of any sort in the state of Arkansas. They don't really have another major college football team that the state can support. You've got Arkansas State, sure, in the Sun Belt. You've got UCA at the FCS level. That's really about it. The Razorbacks run the state of Arkansas. They mean everything to these fans. And they have not performed at the level they should for a very, very long time. They are truly mediocre. But you, if you're an Arkansas fan, should want better. You do deserve better. And I'm here to break down a couple of these numbers here. Again, you're not stupid. You're not stupid for wanting better. You're not stupid for saying we're tired of being mediocre. We're tired of dealing with the failures and the disappointments that come with Arkansas football and really Arkansas sports in general every single year. The Razorbacks joined the SEC in 1992. They've been in the league for 33 years now, 33 complete seasons, right? Since they joined in 1992, leading the Southwest Conference where they practically dominated alongside Texas, the Razorbacks have an overall record of 204, 197, and 2. They are just, 7 games above 500? In 33 years since joining the SEC. That's not very good. They have 14 losing seasons since 1992. Sure, they have 19 winning ones, but those haven't all been great. A winning season technically is 7-6. It's good enough. Go bowling, win your bowl game, or go 7-5 and lose your bowl game. Counts as a winning season, but still not all that great. 14, though, losing seasons in the last 33 years. In that same span, Arkansas has just 7 seasons where they have finished above 500 in conference play. Let that sink in for a little bit. 33 years of SEC football play, only 7 years have they won more games in the conference than they have lost. And they've only done that 3 times since 2011. Only 3 times since 2011. Overall in SEC play, the Hogs are 104, 162, and 2. 104 and 162 in SEC conference play, and they've only appeared in 3 SEC championships, which is more than some other SEC teams can say, but only 3 SEC championships in 33 years, and they have not appeared in one since 2006. It's not been a good run. It hasn't been an acceptable run for a program that, again, is as proud as they are and has the funding and the resources as much as Arkansas does, and to be competing in the conference that they do. It's just not okay. And the last few years in particular have been really rough. This is not a Sam Pittman problem. We've been talking about the last 33 years. Sam Pittman's only been there since 2020. Everybody's quick to point fingers at the guy who's currently leading the program, right? But this is a much deeper problem, a much longer problem. Take a look at these numbers here. Between 2014 and 2024, so a 10-year span there, Arkansas has an overall record of 60 and 76. So up until the end of last year, 2014 to the end of this last season, 60 and 76, and they've only won 25 SEC games. 25 SEC games in 10 years, 67 losses. They're 25 and 67 in the conference since 2014. That's not acceptable. That's not okay. It's embarrassing. It's really, really embarrassing. And you can point to so many reasons for that, right? You can point at so many different coaches and players and instances that have led to this moment. But the bottom line is, Arkansas really hasn't been relevant on the national stage since the Bobby Petrino days. If you remember, Petrino coached at Arkansas from 2008 to 2011. Between 2010 and 2011, Petrino led the Hogs to a 21-5 record. He went 21-5 in 2010 and 2011 combined. At the end of the 2011 season, Arkansas was ranked number 3 in the entire country, 1 win away from playing for a national championship, but ultimately fell on the road at number 1 LSU. And if you're an Arkansas fan, you remember Arkansas jumped out to a 14-0 lead in Death Valley early in the second quarter, and then allowed LSU to go on a 41-3 run to end the game. If Arkansas wins that game, they go to the national championship. They probably still lose to Alabama because that was the year that Alabama and LSU played each other in the national championship. And then later we got the playoff. But still, Arkansas in the national championship, that doesn't seem right at all, right? Lost that game. Bobby Petrino hopped on a motorcycle in the offseason. Got fired. Despite that, in 2012, the Hogs still started the year at number 8. But in the second game of the year, lost at home to Louisiana Monroe. And that was essentially the turning point in the beginning of the downfall of Arkansas football. They went 4-8 that year, promptly hired Brett Bielema in 2013. Bielema coached Arkansas from 2013 to 2017. He had 13 blown fourth quarter leads. Went 3-9 in 2013, didn't win a single game in the SEC. That streak continued throughout most of 2014, and then they finally beat LSU. But so many times under Brett Bielema did Arkansas have an opportunity to win some big games, to close a game out in the fourth quarter, and they just couldn't do it. And if you look at the end of his tenure, especially in 2016, that really kind of summed it up. Arkansas had a chance to salvage what could have been a decent year in 2016, but blew, I think, a 17-point lead in the season finale to a bad Missouri team at the time, and then blew a 24-0 lead against Virginia Tech in the Belk Bowl. 2017 was a disaster. Bielema was promptly fired after that. Then they hired Chad Morris. Arguably the worst hire in the history of college football. Chad Morris didn't even finish 2 full seasons in Fayetteville, but won 4 games in 2 years, no SEC wins, and suffered embarrassing losses to guys like Colorado State, North Texas, and San Jose State. Then they hired Sam Pittman in 2020, and he has somewhat stabilized this program. Pittman's 30-31 in 5 years with the Hogs, now entering year 6. He does have 3 winning seasons. In those winning seasons, he won his bowl game every time. Kudos to him for that. Beat Penn State in that 9-win season a couple years ago. Beat Kansas in the Liberty Bowl thriller, then torched Texas Tech this last year. But bottom line is, Arkansas fans deserve so much better. And to be called stupid, essentially, it's the mantra of stupid people to want more. Well, that's just absolutely absurd. They are not stupid. They are not wrong for wanting better. But the problem is they're not going to get better. In this new age of NIL and the transfer portal and needing a lot of money to pay these players, Arkansas simply doesn't have it. And many would say, well, of course they do. They've got Jerry Jones and they've got Tyson. Well, Tyson's given all his money to the basketball program, rightfully so. A lot more promise from John Calipari and the Hogs there than Sam Pittman and the football program. But whether it's Walmart, Tyson, Jerry Jones, J.B. Hunt, who wants to give money to a failing program? Who wants to give money to a team that even before the age of NIL couldn't get over the hump and couldn't win the big games and couldn't close out games in the fourth quarter and has shown time and time again that they know how to continuously make the same mistakes over and over and over again? Definition of insanity, making the same mistake over and over and over again, expecting the same or a different result and getting the same result. That's what Arkansas does. So bottom line, you, the fans, you're not stupid. Despite what anybody, radio, media personality might want to say, you're not stupid for saying, I'm tired of mediocrity. Saying you don't deserve mediocrity. Because you're right, you don't deserve that. And we know you're tired of it. But sadly, it's probably going to be the case for the foreseeable future. Arkansas is not a team or a program built to contend and compete at the highest level. 6-6, 7-5, maybe 8-4. 8-4 being a great year is probably the ceiling for the Razorbacks. Not just this year, but for the foreseeable future. It's not a team that's going to compete for playoff spots, even if they expand to 16 teams. Not a team that's going to compete for national titles. It's been proven it can be done. Petrino showed that. Even at times, Houston Nutt showed that during his tenure between 1998 and 2007. But the bottom line is that Arkansas is stuck at this weird plateau, this level of mediocrity with no way up, but a lot of ways to go down. And something has to quickly change for the Hogs if they want to keep their program relevant, because Sam Pittman will not be there much longer, whether this is his last year, whether he is let go or retires in the next couple of years. He's not going to be there much longer. He's just not. And whatever the Hogs do after that will greatly affect the projection and the trajectory of their program for many, many years to come. Arkansas fans, you're not stupid at all. You deserve so much better. But the million-dollar question is, when will that time come for you? So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching us here at the Gridiron Expert on YouTube. Make sure to continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos. Check out everything down in the description below. That includes our website, thegridironexpert.com, home to our expert picks, our weekly newsletters, tons of exclusive content there to help you get through this offseason as we get closer and closer to the start of the regular season. And once again, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on the Gridiron Expert.
Yeah.